Well, it's football time in Tennessee. New season, 2024. This is our first episode of Off the Tailgate on the T-Man channel. As you can see, I'm T-Man. T-Carp, he's tied up in some things and wasn't able to come today. So I'm kind of single winging it today. All you that knows football, single wing is a formation that Tennessee run way back when. You know, I sent out to a lot of our followers on Twitter and a question, 3 things you would want to see in this opener against Tennessee UTC. And I got some pretty good response from that. I said I sent out, I think I got like 8 different people that sent in replies to that. I'd like to thank all the ones that participated. Hope that maybe next week that you can send in your questions and we'll be able to answer them after this first game. We'll see what we got, see a little bit of what to expect. And first answer to this is what 3 things you'd like to see. Miss Lisa White. Miss Lisa White, she's a faithful ball, and she's followed us, I guess, from day one on Twitter. And I asked her this thing, what 3 things she'd like to see in this first opener, this first game. And I said, we call our segment Off the Tailgate. So she misunderstood me, I'm sure, because she thought it was what we'd like to have at a tailgate. Because she answered, she'd like to have chili, Fritos, and cheese. That'd be good to have a snack for the game. So, Miss Lisa, I hope you get your chili, your Fritos, and cheese as you watch the game. Brent at Christina, he sent in. He'd like to have a baseball natty, a football natty, and a basketball natty. Well, everybody wants to win a national championship. You know, we're planning on maybe soon being able to see Tennessee win a national championship. You know, I think that's the goal of everybody, to finish strong and reach the national championship and compete for championships. That's why we play. That's why we are fans. We root for our teams to do that. So, Ball Swag at 423. My buddy Andy, he sent this. He sent a video, and you guys that know me, in 2016, I didn't even know how to turn on a computer, much less do what we're doing now. I just joined Twitter in 2016. I had a flip phone and learned how to get on a computer. So this technology is still new to me. So it's kind of a miracle me being here, to be honest about it. Ball Swag at 423. He sent a video and he said he wants them to play clean, consistent, and accurate. I just want them to play good. We have not seen that in years. By the way, Nico is unbelievable. GBO. You know, his answer there, his response, consistent, clean, consistent, and accurate. You know, I think if we play good, clean, consistent, and accuracy, that our offense will move the ball, and we'll see points put up. And these false starts and route run wrong and overthrow or underthrow and our poor accuracy, that has killed us in the past of being able to really compete at the high level. So I'm with you there, Ball Swag 423. Clean, consistent, and accuracy. I'm looking for that Saturday and this year. Kevin Hutcherson, he sent in 3 good ones. He said, man, I hope we have no issues controlling the line of scrimmage. You know, it's one in the trenches. Up front with the big uglies, they call them. offensive line and defensive line. At the line of scrimmage is where it's won. I agree with you. That's a must. We have no issues controlling the line of scrimmage. Second, he said the secondary looks improved. As you noticed, and we all have followed Tennessee, the secondary has been terrible the last few years. It has cost us game after game. So I'm right there with you, Kevin, that we have a really sound secondary. And third, he said he looks for Nico to be comfortable in the offense, and he said, go ball. Well, I think all of us are looking forward to seeing Nico, and it's important that he's comfortable with offense. And I think that's one of the things we need: a good field general that is controlling the offense, that is comfortable, and throws accurately, as we're seeing. Those are all good inputs of us having a successful season. And what we're looking for in this first game, I think we can have it playing against maybe a lower tier program, give us an opportunity to see things and do things. A lot of people get some more playing time, hopefully. Scott from over in North Carolina. Scott, good to hear from you, my man. I always enjoy talking to you. He says, Nico, run the offense. Well, we all agree on that Nico needs to be able to run the offense. And our run offense and our defensive line go balls. You know, he hit on something there, our run offense. We control the game and how it's played through our running game. We all look at the big pass plays, but if we can't run the ball, this sets up the pass. And that offense that Heupel runs is around the offense running the ball. So, Scott, you're right on target there, brother. Nico run the offense and have a good running offense and defensive line. Chip Payne. Chip Payne is a brother from a different mother. I tell you what, Chip and him, me and him just looks at things the same way most of the time. He said Nico played 2.5 quarters. I think it's important. Early games like this, it's that we have an opportunity to get a lot of players in, a lot of experience. It's important that we get our starters out and not get them hurt. Plus, get backups good playing time in the game. And so Nico getting a 2.5 quarters, being able to come out early in that third quarter, we have a good lead, and being able to get him back on the bench, seeing what's things from sideline and coaching up from there, but getting a backup. I remember back when Peyton Manning was a freshman, and was at UCLA, and Jerry Colbert, he was a 5-year senior, and he has did his time. He looked good in spring. Excited about him having a good year. And the first series of snap, he went down and the season ended. And Peyton Manning was put in down at UCLA, all that crowd, and national game of the week. And he goes in as a freshman, all the talent, but he was supposed to be able to sit on the sideline. And I remember the story they told about we had a really experienced offensive line, and he runs in there and he said, he was stuttering around there, and they said, shut up, freshman, and call the play. So, you know, I hope that we can build. I know Nico is a freshman, a redshirt freshman, but get experience, but get a quarterback behind him that gets some experience. And this is games here, you have an opportunity to do that. And in the past, we haven't done that. We've kept starters out there, and they have got hurt because they played, and whenever we protect them. So I'm with you, Chip. I think Nico playing 2.5 quarters. James Pierce getting 3 and 4 sacks. I think it's good that I heard that we've got our experience is in the defensive line. And of course we know James Pierce, he's projected All-American and a first-round pick and as a junior. So him getting off the ball to a fast start and getting him out will be great. He said he'll hang 50 burger on him, no, lay 50 on him. I'm looking for that too. We shut them out, our defense shut them out and score 50 points on offense. I'm with you there, Chip. Chris with a K. Chris, I think Chris followed me on Twitter from when I first got on. And I don't get to see him much, but he answered the call when I asked for people to respond and give me replies to the questions I was asking. He said we want Nico to pick the defense apart. Well, we all looking for big things from Nico. He is talented. Have a #1 player in the country to become and be a part of our program. It's all exciting. We got the opportunity to see him that bowl game last year, but he's kind of coming. We hadn't had a chance to see him just as he's the starter, so we're all looking forward to that. Big Orange Mac. Big Orange Mac, man, I love you, man. I said, I'm looking forward. I just lit up when you answered my call for help there on these questions. He said he wants to see a quick, solid game. You know, we don't have no penalties, and I hate to watch a game and the refs just seem like they're throwing a flag and it's more about the refs than it is the players. I hope we see a quick and a solid game. I'm with you there, Big Orange Mac. Wants the defense to hang a 0 on them. I want them to shut them out too, Mac. And wants the starters out at halftime. I think all of us wants to see our second tier and third tier players get experience, because that's how you build depth. That's when it's time for them to step up. They've got that experience behind them in game situation. It means that you're having a successful year. I'm with you, Big Orange Mac. Now this next one here, Seth Stokes. Seth, man, he knows his stuff, and he made Swain event what it is today. All the effort he put in, he's sharp, and he's a friend of mine, and he sent me in 3 really good remarks, and I agree with everything he said on this. It's a good pass protection for running backs. If you watch the bowl game, and had some people that said negative things when I tweeted it out, but our running backs has got to look good with the ball not in their hands. They be good coming out and taking the ball and running, and they can look good catching the ball coming out of the backfield. But we had 6 sacks on our quarterback, and most of them was because our running backs didn't pick up the blitz, and they didn't protect the quarterback. We've got to have protection. I'm right there with you, Seth. We've got to have protection from our running backs. They got to play the game without the ball in their hand, and they have a responsibility when they're not carrying the ball is to block and protect, and be a way of being there if Nico gets in trouble that they can be thrown to as a security blanket would be a good word to say. Second, he said the defense, DBs being in position and making plays and solid open field tackling. As we talked earlier, the defensive backs have been our Achilles heel, so to speak. They've not looked good. They've big plays, but we've had game after game, our defense has had them 3rd and long, and they need 11 or 12 yards, and the defense give up a play, and they get a first down and lose the chains over and over and over again. And our defensive backs has got to be, as Seth says, they have got to be in position. Being in position to make plays means that they're not committing a targeting penalty. Because when you're not in position, then you're running in to catch you, and that's where they lead off their head and cause a target penalty, get a big play, and a penalty, and get ejected and lose playing time. So we've got to, as I said, we've got to have defensive back being in position to make plays, and solid open field tackling. How many missed tackles have we seen from the defense over the last 2 or 3 years? We have got to wrap up and have solid open field tackling. Next, he said, have little to no pre-snap penalties. You know, that is so many times we've seen run the ball. Our offense is to run the ball up tempo, and we have ball start. And now instead of being 1st and 10, it's 1st and 15. And then we'll have a delay of game, and then we have a penalty on that. So those penalties are killers. It turns the ball over. It makes us have to punt and lose field position. T-Cart, he did send me in some things he'd like to see. He said he wants to see all 3 running backs get 50-plus yards. We hope that all the running backs just really can run the ball, and we get to have 150, 200 yards rushing, which we normally do have in Heupel's offense. He wants to see Nico have a 70+ percentage completion, passing completion, which is a really important stat to have. If you got a good quarterback, it should be in that 69, 70% completion. And the defense give up no bonehead plays over 20 yards. Them busted plays we was talking about, as Seth pointed out. We need to not let those busted plays beat us. I talked about everybody's their good inputs. I'm going to talk about what I'm looking to see. I look at a little different here. It's special teams. Special teams is a third of the game. And if we can't punt the ball, kick the ball, protect the kicker, protect the ball when it's kicked to us, we turn the ball off and cause a short field, or cause a turn. When we fumble the ball, it's a turnover in poor field position, and puts our defense backs against the wall. It's important that we have good special teams. We've had over the years, we've had players that would return the ball and they was a threat, and teams would make kicking mistakes because they was concerned about kicking it to them. We've got to have punters that when they punt the ball, receive the ball, that we secure the ball and not turn it over. I think we got a lot of things to look forward to in this game. I'm excited about it. I always look forward to football time in Tennessee. It's part of life around me, and I think about my dad a lot when the season rolls around because he enjoyed it so much. In closing here, I want to read some scripture here. 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter, 24th verse says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receive the prize? So run that you may obtain." What it's saying is, what you do the very best you can, and run to win.